This is Mesoamerican daily day sign and day sign for the current location of each planet in its cycle with the sun for January 9th, 2022. Both the day sign and Mercury in the day sign of death or skull are bringing up themes of mortality, lifespan, finances, and politics. And there's a heavy communicative aspect on those issues or on those themes. There can be concerns about weather and how that has an impact on lifespan, finances, and politics. And I'm saying weather because we have rainstorm and wind, but also there can be concerns of lifespan and politics and financial themes regarding children, healers, healing community, teachers, students. And their wind can come up again as a very weather-related theme, but it can also come up as just a theme that really highlights communication and a spiritual approach. And so this could be a day where there's a lot of honoring people who have passed and spiritual ceremony to do that, or at least that's been communicated as having happened recently. And again, we're in this big shift, which, if you think about lifespan, there's an interesting overlap in lifespan and finances and politics with this shift of Venus, the new Venus cycle that started on the 8th Eastern Standard Time, a little after, sometime after 7 p.m. So it's slowly going to the first day sign. It's not quite there yet because we're so new. But, we're thinking about what we value, about finances, about women, about beauty, about art. And, all of those things can be highlighted. We can get a new lease on what we value when there has been either people who have passed or in our lives, or we're thinking about lifespan. So there's a lot of energy for thinking about changing our values a bit to reflect sort of a new way of looking at lifespan. Leadership in the areas of intuition, but also in the areas of herbal practice are beginning today. And the idea of expansion and positivity and learning, those Jupiter things are affecting large groups of people. This is one of the 4 collective day signs. So there may be changes in travel plans. There may be changes in some kind of approach to higher education, teaching, learning, and are just very positive and expansive attitudes. So there may be groups of people with really leading the way in positive experiences or attitudes. With Saturn in 8 wind, 1 eagle, again, it's more of this sort of either weather or communication being big, but also spiritual. So we can look to authorities, we can look to our structures and see what are our spiritual structures, what are our communicative structures, and then literally how well are our structures holding up during wind and storms. Okay. Again, Uranus just brings us to this sort of, on a literal level, rainstorm. So there can be sudden or some unusual weather events, but it also, there can be innovative experiences regarding weather, regarding education, teaching, learning, and healing. So there can be a very positive. Uranus wants to shift us into a new mode. So a new way of looking at weather, healing, healers, young people, education, and from a group perspective, a shared leadership perspective. Very interesting. Neptune is giving the day sign a challenge still, and again, this is Mesoamerican astrology, not Western. So we may have advisors or authorities who have been advisors and authorities in Neptunian areas, so spiritual, musical, actors, those kinds of things, who are who have passed or who have made us think about rethink themes of lifespan, finances, and politics. So again, this is very much describing some events in the U.S. Passing of a former senator, and services that have been held over the past few days. So you could see on one level how this plays out. And with Pluto at 8 Eagle, 1 Rabbit, we're coming to the end of a Pluto Sun cycle. We're not quite there yet. You can see Venus is at the very end and the beginning, sort of holding the place there as it's getting ready to fully move into the new cycle. We're not 24 hours in yet. And so we're thinking about, Eagle can give us a very broad perspective on, or sort of an earth-based spirituality look at what Pluto represents. So resources, things that are very, very deep. So it's very interesting that there's this depth to Pluto, this sort of hidden resources, hidden kind of potential and power. The Eagle brings the opposite. It's not hidden. It has this perspective that's very broad, and and there's a lot of energy with Rabbit, a lot of energy, and a lot of energy for new ideas and change. So we could become aware of things from a much sort of bigger perspective, a broader perspective, and the things are resources, power, potential, hidden things that they may be coming out into view, or we may be able to see things that we couldn't see before, and in particular in a way that takes on the perspective of the broader community or the broader world. Okay, I think I've gone on for a little bit too long. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.